Welcome, everyone, to Tucson, Arizona. Arizona's stadium with this red and blue crowd ready to bear down with their Wildcats. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Arizona Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Arizona will kick off to get things underway. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. From the shotgun, the inside give. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, we clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They feed him again. On the move at the 30. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Running with power. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. The toss sweep to the right. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, a 4th down stop, and the turnover on downs.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Well, that one falls incomplete. You know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out. He had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
2nd down coming up. Off play action. unleashes one deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
No, it was incomplete. I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the big fella.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up fourth down.
Looking to convert, Arizona comes to the line. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He's got him and they convert. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage and they move the sticks with the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They'll throw it on first down. Got his man quickly.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Johnson looking to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Bought a little time. Lets it go. And the ball is intercepted. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
Wide receivers, you know, they might at least have a hint of diva in them, right? Like they're always open, aren't they, according to them? And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback because when they do throw that hand up there, you want to throw them the football. You want them to have confidence. You want to force feed them. You want them to really have that.
He's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages. Because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. It's a reverse. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona! What a perfect play call to get the score.
And you're watching the backside on all your runs, making sure that backside, you're not cheating, not flying to the football. The offense saw something, caught him in it. The defense didn't have an answer. The reverse works to perfection.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points.
Can anyone catch him? And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football and let him get lathered up.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
Complete to the wideout. Gain of 8. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Arizona 7, SMU 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the first down.
And on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking downfield, it's Charles. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, SMU! What a run for this playmaker to just elude the defense and get in for the score.
And I tell you what, defensively, you can't let this guy get on the edges. You cannot give up contain. When you're defensive ends, you got to stay outside. You got to make sure you know this guy's going to scramble and try to make plays, and you got to make sure you keep him in the pocket.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking every...
Intercepted. Looking for more room. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The pick, the return, and the offense will be threatening.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The play-action fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Dropping back, it's Charles. Makes the catch. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Wow, look at this. You can take the lead with a chip shot field goal here. Instead, they'll try to finish this drive with a touchdown. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. And the field goal unit is on the field. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Nice job by the tight end making the catch and playing physical. You're a big body guy, man. Make him feel that. Nice job breaking an extra tackle, getting some extra yards for his team.
On the run, still looking. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
To the ground with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes a connection. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
RD, what a play by the safety, and the free safety specifically. When you're playing cover 2 and you're sitting back in half the field responsibility, you got to see the formation and you got to understand the quarterback. You're watching the quarterback's eyes and reading him. He takes him right to the football. Free safety jumps the route, makes the INT.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Scanning the field, it's Charles. Fires to the middle. It's caught. He'll work his way down to the 28. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up. They're going to run it.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They're getting this guy lathered up. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain, and they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Mustangs.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team out there and ready to go.
SMU 17, Arizona 7.
And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this.
He wants to take the top off. Makes the catch on the left. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And that's in Arizona.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Johnson wants to throw it. He's not afraid to go deep. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. That was not a great throw. Might even call it ungood. Tried to put some air under it and just made it too easy.
I don't think the quarterback had a lot of confidence in where he was going with that football, Reese. I mean, that's a ball that needed to get there so much sooner. You got to put a little bit.
The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Mustangs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. He'll go out of bounds at the 27-yard line, just couldn't quite shake free. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Fires one high and deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Trying to find his man on first down. Feeling some heat. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
Yeah, I think that's nice discipline by this defense. Doing a good job playing inside out, using the sideline to their advantage, kind of stringing it out, not giving up yards. This is a really good job by the defense, playing fast and playing smart.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Quarterback keeps it. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Give to the back. Headed to the end zone. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas is currently up big right now. So much so, feels like we can hear Pig Suey inside our studio. They're up by 21 over Texas Tech. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. To the air on first down. Buys a little time. Sails one into the middle. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And this sophomore quarterback learning when to use his legs to move the chains.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes to the right. Inside the 10. Touchdown, SMU. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Arizona, 14.
He's going to bring it out from deep. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. Answer that now and keep this thing close, though.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You, keep being aggressive.
They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Brings it in down the left side. He's off to the races. He's at the 10, and he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Arizona. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the returner will be knocked down.
And the SMU offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Back to pass, it's Charles. Shoots it to the left. He makes the catch. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
And the Mustangs want to crank the tempo.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right? He creates some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly.
4th down pass
And that's a play that defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. The score, SMU 24, Arizona 21.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The run from the shotgun. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking to throw, it's Charles. Gets it out fast. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
From the gun, give on the inside. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They move the tight end all over. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of them, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to him back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
So they will eschew the short field goal attempt and instead try to score from the 5 on fourth down. To the air, it's Charles. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustang!
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, Arizona 21.
He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over. First and 10.
Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Trying to get to him. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw, it's Johnson. Oh, he wants it all. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
Now from the 40, it's first and 10. They want that clock to run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill. He uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Charles. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now.
No doubt. Two-possession game at this point, right, David? Not a lot of time left, so execution has to be at a premium here.
Yeah, and I probably want to go fast. I want to throw the football. I don't know how many possessions I got left. I got to make them all count.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's the handoff. Fights off a defender. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And here we go. Final play of the game right here.
29 Philly, 2-9 South.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.